All right, y'all, it's finally here. Today is the day. There it is, y'all. Got me a hiss. It's so pretty. So, you might have watched my video I did with my cousin Pop Blender when he got his, and he was kind enough to wait, and he brought it over so that we could do a full unboxing and assembly, and we talked about it on the channel. And pretty lengthy video, but it's a lot to get through doing it that way. So I want to thank him for doing that so I could have it on my channel. But I had still been trying to procure one. That deal was done when we did the unboxing, and this one was on the way. But up until then, I had a deal pending with someone to get me one. And the deal was I did back the Dragonfly, and I backed two Dragonflies. And I was hoping to trade a Dragonfly for a hiss, and I run across somebody that had multiple hisses coming. They were close to me, like our meetup was with an hour's drive for both of us, so it would have worked out pretty well. Well, needless to say, when the hisses started shipping, I messaged the guy to make sure the deal was on. I'd talked to him off and on throughout the whole thing, and I've never heard another word from him. So it didn't take me long to realize that that deal probably was not going to happen. So I was looking for one through other avenues, and I had a set amount that I could pay for one. I mean, it's a Haslab. We all know what happens when they come out. They go up, and they only make so many of them. I get all that. I'm not never was trying to never was thinking I was going to get one for retail. That's why I was hoping that I could do the Dragonfly deal. But on the other side of the country, another friend that I've made throughout this last year had ordered two of them. And he had told me all along he had another one coming. And I was hoping for this deal on the Dragonfly, so he had another deal for his extra. Well, his deal fell through. So we got to talking, and he knew that I was looking for one and that I had X amount of dollars that I could pay for one. And he hooked me up. So I need to send a shout out to my buddy Jesse James out there on the West Coast for giving me a hiss at a reasonable price. And it's not for my kid, damn it. It is for me. I don't have a kid, I got a dog. He does not care about action figures whatsoever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna take some pictures, and I'm not gonna show any of the unboxing or anything. When I cut back, I might have the packaging out or something, but it's gonna be put together. It's gonna be ready to go. We're gonna look at the figures, and I'm gonna jump right into it. I may break this up and do a separate one on the tank and a separate one on the video or on the figures all in one video. I don't know. I just kind of see how it goes, but I'm going to go ahead and crack this bad boy right here open and get it put together. It's going to take a minute because I'm going to ogle the packaging. But I'll be right back, and we will take a look at the Haslab Classified HISS Tank 788. She's a Butte Clark. Thing makes me want to cry. It's so pretty. Sorry, it's December. I got to work in a Christmas vacation reference everywhere I can. Plus, I had red lights on up there and back there, and I just thought that would be cool. So, there is the hiss. The thing is massive. I'm going to grab the driver, set him beside it so you can get a idea of just how big the tank is. It's beside the treads. So these ladders that are on here, they're actually going to need these ladders to get up in this thing, clearly. Just a sec. Alrighty. So, setting up beside the tank, I mean, he comes up to the second missile, the middle one. So, I have my tank assembled in Pimp My Tank version. I did not put on the retro canopy. I've seen the retro canopy one for 40 years. I wanted to see something different. If I ever acquire a second one, I'll do what a lot of people are doing, and I will set up a retro one. But I don't think I'm going to have room to ever put a second one up, honestly. So I just want to show him. I'll put him in there in a minute. I've actually not put him in the tank yet. I've been too busy just kind of really playing with the features and stuff. So the only thing I don't have out for mine is I have these. I just like the way they look. I like the red accents on there on the vent fans. I just like that red. So I've got these on. I just took it off to so you can see what all of the rollers and stuff look like. We kind of showed that in the unboxing and went over it. So I'm really going to be talking about just kind of the features and stuff more. So when you can hear this thing coming. So it's it's loud when it rolls. So you just take these and you pop them on like so. They go in very easy, and you don't have to push them in hard, so they stay in. I just like the way these look on it. Gives it more of a, I think, more of a menacing appearance. There's not a bad angle to look at this thing from. So there's chin turret. Pew pew. So we all know how much it looks like the DeLorean or like Kit. I think it kind of the front. I think kind of also looks like the Interceptor from Mad Max. So I've got the gull wing on. Go ahead and spin that. Don't have it locked down. I've got the gull wing canopy on there with those that open. And I do like the design of this canopy, but really I like the red. I may have gone with the retro canopy if it didn't have this cool red, but I really like the way it looks. This has rivets around it where it's riveted in. I'm assuming this is bulletproof glass. I hope it's bulletproof glass for his sake. So the cockpit and stuff is what the inside of it looks like. And as we've seen, the throttle does move, as does the joystick over here. That moves around. Seat belt here. I'm going to unsnap, and this is adjustable. You can just take and pull it out that way. We discussed that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get him in there since I have not done that yet. There we go. I'll go ahead and just bend his wrist. I'm not going to have him grip the controls. My hands are all in the way. I'm sitting here trying to show you all this. My hand is all in the way. So the seat belt, he does go in there tight, and this was the first thing I saw anybody broke on it quite a while back. So I'm not gonna even fool with that right now while I'm showing it off. I'll buckle it. I might buckle it and add a picture in at the end. So you can put him in there, and his hands, you can articulate his arms where they'll fit on that stuff. Um, should be pretty easy. That seat has plenty of room for his elbows there to flex. I just wanted to get him in there and shut the canopy so we can see him in there. This does pop shut. So there he is inside. And open up the gull wing. Like, sup? Looking over at you like Dom from the Fast and the Furious. Do you want to race? No? Alright. So, anyway, I hate that movie. Here's what he looks like from the other side. Does have the missiles. These missiles do fit loose, but I haven't accidentally knocked one out yet. They come out, pop out, and they have the little dog bone in there. And go back on, maybe. I have light angled every way except how I can see that. Alright, these do move around. And if you want to take them off, they pop straight out. And this flops down. Closes that little porthole, which I thought was a cool feature. You know, they just don't leave this empty. They just, it goes in, you just pop it in. Push it in. Don't have to be super tight on it. So the ladder, best way to do that is pull it loose and then kind of do that. This one goes down easy. The left side is a little bit tighter, but they do go down, and then kind of I put my finger there and put pressure on it. That way you're not flexing this here. So realize that I've got the interior cockpit lights on. Oh well. So we'll spin it around there. There's the back. I do like the riveting there. Hey, there goes my red. Stuff's been stuck up there for 24 hours and it falls now. You know something's going to fall when I do one of these. See, nope. Man, every time. Nope. Really wanted that red there so it's not just all the black background. That's probably going to fall again. Yeah, anyway, so alright, let's try that again. Maybe that'll stay in place this time. So the back, got your rivets here. Another set going up here. This is your tow hook for the MMS or SMS or email or whatever the thing's called, missile launcher that's coming with Techno Viper. That's what will tow that, but I like that it folds up in the meantime when you're not towing something with it. This also flips down, so that's your rail for your figures to stand on in the back. Grab the gunner and stand her up on there. And then, of course, this flips up and back drops down. And there's your light. Got a light on here, so see it come on. And there is the jump seat that I thought was neat. Also has the Cobra logo on the back for the seat back, and that can supposedly that can move over here. I think I haven't really looked into it yet. I just thought I just put this thing together last night. So there's your weapons rack where you can put all your weapons on it. I think it's interesting that I don't think their guns will fit. No, I was wrong. There's the tactician's rifle. Does fit in there. I guess that is probably one of the things they would have measured was to make sure the guns they give you with it fit in there. But they didn't look like they were going to. So we'll close that back up for now. Put Chicky Baby back over here. And we will spin it around. And if you pick this thing up, anytime you pick it up, the button for the lights is right here. That's the button for the lights. And anytime you pick it up, obviously you don't want to pick up on the chin guns. you're going to pick up right there and you're going to turn the lights on. So the turret, these do move independently. So you have one up, one down, and then you have your. I've seen people that don't seem to care for these. They're okay. You have to be careful with them when you move them. They've got a certain way that they fit. So you're pretty much going to fix them in place to cover the sides, I guess. I haven't messed around with them, but they are kind of they fit in there really tight. So they do spin. You just if you spin it with the post here. Don't grab this and twist because they're only connected right there. So when you spin these, spin them with the post. If you need to, you can even just pop them out and place them the way you want. I just got them in there. I think they look better faced off to the side. So let's go ahead and drop her down in there. She fits that's how she fits down in there. Now this piece is removable. I've got it on there because I like it. It just pops off, and you have your red Cobra logo there. I just like this armor piece. We looked at this a little bit in the unboxing, and it just snaps on there. It's got little fins in the bottom of it, and it just clips into place, and it stays there once you've got it clipped into place. So let's see. What else should we look at? So your lights come on and light up that way. There is the Cobra, which you can't see. There it is. Of course, that is facing forward, facing in the way that the sigil is always where the Cobra is facing the enemy. Got the headlights. Got the funky fog lights. You can only do the grill. And you cut it all off. Don't really have her holding on to anything. She's just sitting down in there. So it's got the tail lights. Trying to cut off some lights here so you can get an idea. Well, that's the wrong one, isn't it? So there's your Cobra. I'm going to flip off the main lights. There we go. That's how we need to look at it, isn't it? There you go. You got the Cobra where it is always facing forward. And your chin turret will get in the way of that, so you need to turn it to the side or angle it down. I prefer to just turn it to the side. So as it's moving, that Cobra's moving with it because it is coming to intimidate your enemies. So we'll check out the lights. There's the fog lights. They are pretty bright. These are brand new batteries that I put in it. Break that. So as you can see, there's the cockpit controls inside. Tail lights. Over here popping missiles off because I can't see where I put my hand. It has several different light functions. This green is the light from my from my microphone. That is just the red in the grill. That's the kit. That's the, that's the kit look coming at you. And that is a look at the inside of the back of the cargo hold where the troops go before they come running out of this thing. All right, got some lights back on there and kind of did some tinkering around with this thing. So while I had it stopped and I was getting all the lighting back on, I did take the time to go ahead and snap the seatbelt on him. It was not easy for me. I have sausage fingers, and it's very difficult to get that seatbelt on him. And I understand how it could get broken, and it's going to get broken. If I can open it, I'll show you. All right. If it gets broken, it's going to get broken up here, and that first report I saw of that actually happening, that's where it was. Hey, that works pretty good. Hey, I'm not even holding it. So when you snap it shut, push this down, pull the bottom belt out as far as you can, get him in there, and you kind of push him down in there so his butt fits flush. He's got to be crunched in, ab crunch just right. So you can get him in there and push him down, and then hold this part shut. Take the bottom. I'm not really trying to flick you guys off. I promise. I like you. So take the bottom and work the belt up and just push it against the figure. And it's not like some of these other snaps that we've had on other figures. If you push it against the figure and kind of roll it around, it will pop in there. So that's how you do it. It's not. I don't see me if I take this guy out and putting him back in. I'm probably not going to be popping the seatbelt on him every time. It's just one of those things that seems like it's I don't want to chance it. I'll probably not take this dude out unless I'm doing pictures, and then when I put him back, I don't see me buckling the seatbelt. So, and I also did take time to have her grab onto the Star Wars video game controller there. So the only gripe that I have found, really, the only issue that I've found with this tank so far is the turret is a little wonky. It's got 4 tabs. This will come out and it'll pull straight out. It's got 4 tabs that sit down and you align those and then you turn the turret. But when it hits the mark where the 4 are, sometimes it will kind of work its way back up. So it's back in the position where you can pull it out. And sometimes getting it back in there and lining it up is not easy. It's a minor thing, but it is a thing. So right there, I can pull that turret straight out if I wanted to. And I guess that's easier access to pose figures in the bottom, and then you can set this back in there. So we talked about the screen here. Would be nice if there was some kind of little readout or something targeting something or nothing, something or nothing, something or other on it. So the thing is pretty sweet. I'm going to attempt to detach this camera and do a little flyby without hopefully making anybody too motion sick. I just couldn't really think of anything to talk about while I was doing this. I'm too busy trying to hold the camera steady. I know it's probably not focusing great. There's her down in there. So all the lights come on. It's got a mode. It's got like an auto light mode where it's kind of like a display, a demo like you would see on TVs at electronic stores or something where it'll run through all the modes. Alrighty. This ladder, I'll show that in just a second. So you got your 363, you got your same lettering there that's on the other one. This is on both tank treads. And there's your 788. These are painted on. This stuff here, this is painted on. So I didn't have my sticker sheet out. It's sealed up with my canopy and my other armor treads. So there's not an angle that it looks bad from. The thing looks awesome everywhere. Top down on it. Awesome if I can hold the camera still enough for it to refocus, right? All right, let me remount this thing. So while I had the camera detached, I thought it might be a good idea to show the cockpit because I really hadn't shown that yet. Be a good time to try to focus on that, and I can get the angle with him sitting in the seat looking at all his instruments. It's really cool. It's the clear plastic with the etching in it where it it lights up. It's got the LED under it. Got all his instruments there. It's really cool. They've done a good job, and as my cousin Pop Blender pointed out, it looks like he's targeting the Death Star. Maybe he's making a trench run. All right, hang on. All right, y'all. Yeah, I know it's been a long video, but it's a lot to get through with this thing. There's no way to do it quickly. I just thought I'd show off everything in the dark there. So this is the G.I. Joe Classified Haslab 788 HISS Tank High Speed Sentry. Thing is very, very cool. You have to have it in your collection? I don't know if it's an absolute must have that you must have it in your collection. So I don't know. It's probably not for everybody, but if you want a complete collection and you want the absolute baddest ass showpiece that you can have for it, all of the so-called Grail figures with this line, we got Serpentor, we got Mindbender, all of the exclusives pale in comparison to this. Is it for everybody? Probably not. Not everybody's going to have the space to display it, and it's not going to be something that's in every single person's budget. But I will tell you this, if you can make a place for it, if you can fit it in your budget, I 100% recommend picking this thing up because, as everybody said, it's a beast. It is a beast, and it is an amazing beast. It is 100% worth the money. I paid above retail for mine, and I am not at all dissatisfied with my purchase because it is worth more than retail. It will be the centerpiece of any collection. We'll see when the Dragonfly comes out, and then they'll both be the centerpieces of the collection. The only gripe I have with the tank is the turret not fitting in, and when it hits that certain position, it's a little it's a little wonky, but it's nothing to detract from it. It's nothing going to keep you from displaying it, playing with it. It is an absolute beast, and it is absolutely worth the money. And I have to rate the Hiss tank as a 4 and a half yeehaws. If that turret fit a little better for me, it would absolutely be a 5. But for doing the first one of these and the quality on it, it's worth every penny. They knocked it out of the park. There's going to be a couple things that are different for me that you might not be able, you might look past them. But for what I'm looking for, the turret is enough to take half a yeehaw away, but it's just about perfect, and it's perfect in every way. So there it is, y'all. There is the Hiss tank. Hope you enjoyed the review. I know it was long, but we knew it was going to be. That's how it goes. So if you like it, I appreciate you giving me that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Tell some people about it. You need something funny on in the background. But thank you guys for stopping by. This is 3-star draw. Cobra.